You can't pause there! It's not allowed! The Nightwish army will eat you!
Welcome to this reaction to a reaction video. It's maybe a new concept, but it would be really weird, I think, to react to a song I did myself. However, I'd like to let you know I've been enjoying a lot of the reaction videos out there. I think it's great that Ghost Love Score was picked up by the masses, really, and yeah, I just wanted to give you my personal insight behind this song. Now, I'm not going to run through the whole thing like in a regular video, because what am I going to say? Oh yeah, I remember doing this or that, or yeah, you know.
It would be a bit weird if you don't remember. But the most important question, will she be having a floorgasm? That's a bit of a personal question if it comes to her. Never mind.
It's me doing this with, of course, my brothers in arms in Nightwish. So I'd like to kind of give you a bit of the technical behind the story kind of thing, and maybe a couple of memories that pop up. We're going to listen to Ghost Love Score version of Wacken Open Air. So that was...
Is there any other? I know there is another, but is there any other than Wacken 2013? Come on. 2013,
it's quite a few years ago, but as far as I know, it's one of your favorites. So that's why we go through this song. And I'm not going to start right from the beginning. I'm going to start where I start singing. And, well, I'll be reacting a little bit to that. There we go.
I can just sit back and enjoy this song this time.
And for drinking his beer.
No. I've been told he's not just drinking a beer. He's drinking a Corona. Get your facts straight. But it's Floor. She's forgiven.
Okay. First of all, Wacken Open Air. 80,000 people in front of me. Yeah, I was a bit nervous. It was one of the biggest things that I've ever done, and at that time, the biggest thing. I knew we were recording it. Yeah, the pressure was so humongous, and it was fantastic to just come out on stage and feel like the music just took over, and we were going to play this song. And you know, of course, this was towards the end. The whole show was just magic, and I'm still so proud of how this song turned out. Now in this very beginning, you have all the excitement that comes with the song, the anticipation of it. Now we're gonna do it, but still I need to sing quite little. I can't just whoa. It has to be delicate. So that would be one of the biggest challenges, to kind of get all those feelings into singing the right words and with the right emotion without overdoing it. And yeah, that comes with a lot of control, both up here as physically, because I don't want it to sound too massive. It needs to start delicate and light. And from there we go into this.
Can you just try and picture her from Yours Is an Empty Hope, like growling like a mad demon? Or that one little werewolf howl that she does in 7 Days to the Wolves, and then you see this sweet soul just almost shy in explaining what she did at Wacken 2013, being very nervous and everything. Such a difference, and it just shows you how good she actually is, like, of a theatric performer on stage. I like it, and Kenna just said that she looks absolutely feisty. I love it. I love the dress.
This part. Well, there I really go into this operatic voice without making it too too round, too operatic. It's a bit of a lighter touch of like the head voice, which I found very fitting to the song. Of course, in the original that's also used, but I've been trying to give different kinds of colors to the different emotions and part of the story in this song. And so here I try to not make it too operatic, but with a nice touch there. And yeah, for me, this is one of the favorite parts of the song, really. It's yeah, it just gives me the goosebumps to sing it. You can even see it in the beginning where I just close my eyes and let it come out. It's
I remember that.
A joy to sing. We continue.
That smile. I was so waiting for that smile. I was so waiting for her to smile because of what Empu is doing. That little touch that he's giving everybody. Like, I'm here. Hey, brother. I love that. I was waiting to see if she would do it, but she does it. So that tells us something, right? That tells us something about the actual brotherhood family. Not because she's the sister, right? She's the big sis. Tall sis.
I just love the way that Empu comes by and just touches everybody in a small little gesture. That's something you don't rehearse. That's nothing not made. That just happens, and that vibe and feeling it's very precious. Actually, in the singing way, it continues in a delicate balance between expression and not too heavy singing. So I want to really tell the story and use a lot of dynamics and shifts in vocal styles and types to color, as you hear. And maybe also that the second time that these long notes come over the choir part, I start singing a little bit stronger and a little bit less operatic, until I go towards the end to the blue memory where I really power up a little bit to then put the brakes back on and just slide into the next tiny part that comes now.
We noticed that. She can do that really well. A little flick of Yuka's drumstick. I love that.
From the deep, came to me, sang my name, my Lord. Still I write my songs about the dream of my.
I love how she doesn't cringe at her own singing. Many people would. That crowd is so nice to look at. It's just fun to see how into it the crowd is.
Oh, sorry, Empu, to just stop the solo. Wonderful to see the crowd also. I mean, I'm reacting to what I'm singing, but I'm also reacting to how you guys were out there in the audience, just feeling it with me. That interaction, despite the huge distance that we have on huge festivals like Wacken, where, yeah, there's a big part of me in front of me of stage, and then there's a barrier and security, and yeah, then thanks to the cameras, you can actually see how everybody's feeling it, because this song is feeling its emotion. And what I also noticed that's maybe funny to tell is that throughout the years, I did start singing it a little bit different as I did in 2013. Different nuances. It's small things really, but the biggest thing for me in telling the story of this part of the song is constantly playing between the dynamics, a little bit fuller voice, more chest voice, more light head voice, and really.
This is the vocal coach talking about her own progression. You gotta love that, right? So critique on yourself, but not in a negative way, only moving forward. I like that.
Really try to speak the words so you hear what I'm saying without exaggerating, so that it becomes just technical. And yeah, I mean, when it comes to that, this song is really challenging, and that's also why it's cool to react to this and go through the whole thing with you guys.
Reacting is just a bunch of fun. How can you not? It's such a good time. I recommend everybody to do it, because you know the beauty of reacting to things. First of all, you get to really think about things, the things that you're saying, you really think about them. But when you're reacting to songs, I have never ever dissected songs or listened to the small parts as I have now. I have learned so many things over the last few months just listening to songs and try and catch every little detail. It is such good fun. You have a whole new appreciation for music just because of reacting. It is a glorious thing. Just saying. Can you don't do that? Like can you not? I'm recording a video. Some people.
If I may go back in time with you, 2013, first time Wacken open air with Nightwish. I already told you I was really nervous, but I have very fond memories of just being there, and the enthusiasm of the audience and the way that everything just came together on that stage that night. I think you can still feel it in the video of this song and in our DVD made of that entire show that night. And I will cherish that forever. I'm so grateful that there is such a memory of this. It's immortalized, as I said it on stage, like it is.
That's the beauty of a
DVD
like that.
We just jump over the beautiful instrumental and continue.
Oh, no!
All right,
oh, yeah,
more expression, more power. It repeats itself twice, and it builds up. Instrumentally, there's a difference between the first and the second time, and also vocally, I want to emphasize that dynamic change by, well, powering up even more. And yeah, it just has this really nice groove and feel to it that's really, yeah, I want to pick that up in the vocals too. And
hey, you do it really well.
We continue into the next part.
And it's so hard to sing. She knows.
All right, that was a little bit of heavy opera singing along with the choir, and a very expressive, almost theatrical.
I was going to say somebody in the room with her.
The dog just sat on the light. All right, a little bit of opera, very dramatic,
Wait,
very almost theatrical part in the song where expression and power just needs to be there. And yeah, you can really feel that the whole song is building up. I'm shifting from a very strong operatic voice to a full chest voice or belting voice. Before I continue talking about this particular version of Ghost Love score, I have to take you back in time before this actually was recorded, and to how the ending of the song came to be, because it was a spontaneous thing. I don't know if I must have told you in an interview here or there, but
I I didn't know that.
Before I joined Nightwish, this was already one of my favorite songs. And I always heard things in the end that I kind of sang along. If I ever sang along with a song, it kind of freestyled into that direction of what it became.
As you should.
And as soon as I started to get more comfortable on stage and knowing the songs with Nightwish, I started to kind of freestyle during the rehearsals during the day. Or like with sound checks and stuff. And at some point I just went for it. And I didn't do that before because I didn't feel comfortable enough with what I was doing myself. Nobody was holding me back or anything. But as soon as I started, you know, freestyling, the rest of the band was like,
the fuck?
That's kind of cool. We can try that tonight on the show. And so I did. And one of the first times I really sang it was in South America with that first tour we did together. And it just exploded. Everybody loved it. And it sort of fell into place. And it became my own version of the song as a natural development into this song. And I know now, many years later, it really became such a thing that, you know, Ghost Love scores for always on our set list, and I think that's super cool. So we'll continue into the 2013 version of the Wacken show.
That's maybe one of my favorite parts from the entire song. That build up, that strong resolve. Gotta love that crowd. It was actually really hard to focus on her and not on the song, but we already reacted to the song, so we better react to her, reacting to herself. If that makes sense.
Oh!
You cannot do it!
Once again.
You can't pause there! It's not allowed! The Nightwish army will eat you!
A lot of different voices are used. It's a powerful opera on those ha, ha, ha. To get the timing right was a little bit of practicing because you really, really want to...
Obviously, it's hard.
Do that right. And now it's just embedded in my system. But powerful opera needs to be pushed out immediately. And from that energy back into Redeem Me. It's almost a little bit low for me, like below where my power is in my voice. And it shouldn't be powered, so it needs to have that exact dynamics without it sounding too thin. And then once again, building up towards the end where it's just a full belt that kind of introduces that last part that became so famous. Let's write that one out.
Am I the only one who always hears the jiggle of her bracelets? Oh, I'm ready. Come on, Floor. Yeah, we know.
I can really miss this stuff. Damn.
Yes! I call that a floorgasm.
There's something about that note that just... I always feel it. Always. How often I may hear it or sing it, it just... Oof.
Floorgasm! Yes! Confirmed!
I kind of visualized. Because in the beginning I keep it a little bit smaller and then on that long note, I build it up full force opera with everything I have. And then comes the tricky part to switch from that operatic voice on the same height to a full belting voice. That I personally always find a little bit exciting because you really want to have it right. You don't want the voice to kind of... And of course, when the high note comes, it needs to come. It's only cool when it's really there. And
it did.
I'm no machine, so it doesn't just always happen. But I do remember one show in particular. We have some DVD material from that. That was in Colombia. We played a show there, and we were going to record everything for DVD. We recorded a lot of it, but I became sick, and my voice was basically gone. During the day, I had high fevers, and my whole body was basically shutting down. And yeah, it was really like, let's see how it's going to be, because if you can barely stand without feeling like that of the fever, then how are you going to perform a 2-hour show? And there's something that just happens. Troy in our band calls it Dr. Theater. That comes up. That and a bunch of pills to, you know, suppress the fever and all of that. Made us go on stage, and then the energy, of course, of the crowd, I started to feel much better. That didn't magically fix my voice, though. It was still having a hard time with especially with the high belting notes. So this song was really like, let's see how it's going to be like. And this belting note in the end is basically one of the highest stuff that I have to belt out. So, and it's at the very end of the show, so you're always already tired strained of doing everything else, and you still have to have enough to have it, which is extra hard when you're sick. But it felt like my body just knew what to do, and as soon as this note came, it just said, yes, I can do this, and there it was, as powerful as it would have been when I'm not sick. And it felt like, wow, I don't know where that comes from in my body, but yeah, it's a really fond memory.
Pure divinity.
Yeah, just getting this out even under more challenging circumstances.
Sickness ain't got nothing on Floor.
So yeah, it's wonderful to see how this note just came out, and how it just puts a spell on everybody in the crowd. It has something special. The way this song just builds up and continues after that. Ah, wonderful. On that note, I'm gonna thank you for watching this reaction video.
Well, that was it.
I really look forward to performing this live for you guys. But we still have a pandemic to sit out, so let's keep our sanity for a little while longer, and our good.
That implies we were sane to begin with.
Health. In just a little while, we have this Nightwish virtual show coming up, and as we are preparing, I can tell you it's going to be as magical as Nightwish can be. I really think it's going to be something special, and I hope we can meet each other at least virtually there. And well, until next time, though, in the real life, on a real stage with Ghost Love Score, thank you for watching, and take care.
Scared me. Okay. Oh my god, this was fun. Because I saw this pop up, and I'm like, okay, how cool would it be to do a reaction to Floor reacting to herself? Like, REACTICEPTION. I'm pretty sure I wasn't the only reactor to think of this, so be prepared for a lot of this, probably. Guessing so. I thought it was kind of funny to do so. I loved it. It's kind of funny to get her side. It's not just funny. It's actually like you really learn something. And not just learning, but also like validating the things that you thought you heard when you actually reacted to the song yourself. So that's kind of fun, right? It's a validation, and it's just fun to watch our goddess talking about her thing, right? We like that. I like that. And if you like that, I'm not even going to do it. Just like, subscribe, and get notified for the next video in my journey. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one. As always, only one more thing to say. Viking out. Peace.